Hello and welcome. Today on the podcast, I want us to look at different ways that we can explore to grow our sales. And the reason why we're going to be looking at that today is because it was inspired by an interaction on a WhatsApp group that I'm a member of. So, for some of you who've been listening from the beginning, you know that I'm a member of the APVA. Now, I can't remember the exact words. I think it's the Association for Professional Voice Actors, podcasters, something, something, something. Some long thing like that, anyway. But it's an African organization, a be Pan African, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, a whole bunch of us. Those of us who make a living using our voices. So there are lots of people there who are professional voice actors and MCs, stuff like that. And then of course, a couple of us, sneak in there because we are consultants who happen to own podcasts, and in my own case, a business podcast. So they took a poll on the WhatsApp group asking how people promote their businesses. And okay, well, these were the options. Number one was social media. Number two was email marketing. Number three was collaborations. And number four, friends and family. So those are the options that were given in the poll that was taken on the APVA group. So, how do you grow your business? African creatives, how do you grow your business? And the options were social media, email marketing, collaborations, and friends and family. Now, typically, when they share posts like that on this group and on similar groups, what happens is, the debate starts, and then, the whole thing, which is more important, which is more effective, and, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm making today's podcast episode because I suspect that there are a bunch of you who have already picked a camp, that social media works 100%, or that email marketing is best, or collaborations are the way, the truth, and the life. And, if not friends and family, then nothing. So I'm here to just say that, look, it's not a matter of one or the other. And so we should not bother distracting ourselves with all these useless arguments online because it's not one or the other. The answer is always everything together. Usually, it's everything together. Some things are going to be emphasized over others depending on the stage that you are at in business growth, depending on your product, depending on your service, depending on the country, depending on the culture, depending on what it is you're trying to build. So it's everything together. And at some point, we're going to emphasize some things more than another. And we'll grow to a certain stage where some things are going to be de emphasized. So, a couple of days ago, I saw Tony Olumelu on LinkedIn, was being interviewed by this Oibo guy, School of Hard Knocks or something. Well, first of all, I was pretty impressed because I've always been seeing that guy in School of Hard Knocks, but I thought the thing was fake. But then seeing him with Elumelu, I was like, oh, okay. I guess this is real. Anyway, but the point I'm trying to make is this: for Elumelu, at the stage that he's at, does he really need social media? I mean, come really, does he really need it? Probably not for business growth, but for the things that he's trying to build with the foundation, with trying to keep in touch, with the pulse of what is going on in African entrepreneurship, keeping the pulse, what's going on in Nigeria, what's going on in Kenya, what's going on in South Africa, you know. So at that level, with what the guy is trying to build, yeah, I guess he has to be on social media. So that whole LinkedIn, Instagram, showing up on podcasts, stuff like that. Excuse me. But you see what I'm trying to say. But then look at some of his contemporaries. Is Dangote on social media? Probably not. Does he send social media? Probably not. But you can see, like, it depends. What are you? What are you trying to build? What's your goals? Bosha, at some point, everything. You have to keep your pulse on everything. Then, as you're growing, as you're scaling, you emphasize one thing over the other. So let's not get involved in all these endless academic debates. It's a waste of time. You should use that time rather trying to execute on one of these things. So, if you're one of those people who believes friends and family over everything, don't debate anybody. Go and be executing on friends and family and try to get those introductions and referrals that you're looking for. But also bear in mind that you should be paying attention to social media. You should be paying attention to email marketing. You should be paying attention to collaborations. It's everything together. You put your emphasis on one or the other, depending on what it is that you are trying to build. Anyway, so even though this particular question was aimed at African creatives, it can apply to African business people of different walks, of different sectors. So, if you're a lifestyle creative, this applies. If you're a fashion creative, this applies. If you're a beauty creative, this applies. If you're a professional working in consulting services, like me, it applies to you. If you're a professional involved in services, accounting services, software services, it applies. If you are in the real estate space, it applies. So this is not a conversation that doesn't apply to. Basically, what I'm just trying to say is that don't just tune out and say, okay, this doesn't apply to me. It applies to everyone. Now, even though it's everything together, social media plus email marketing plus collaborations plus friends and family, there are a few things that we ought to uh, take to heart, yeah, when we're executing. So, number one, when it comes to social media, there are a bunch of us who are currently on social media now who came when social media was kind of young because all these organizations now are like 20, 30 years old. Facebook and the likes of them. We forget that they actually are, 20 something, some of them even up to 30 years old. So, when these organizations started, it was all about your social following, how many people followed you. So that's the reason why those of us who are of a certain age, we're always preoccupied with how many followers do we have. Unfortunately for us, things have changed. It's no longer about your social following, but now it's more about the social interest graph. What kinds of things are you interested in? What kinds of things are your potential audience is interested in? So that's what we should be paying attention to. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is those of us who are getting a little older now and who might have one or two gray hairs somewhere, you have a gray hair in your mustache or something, know that how many people are following you is not that important again anymore. So trying to have 100,000 followers, 5 million followers, whatever, it's not a bad idea. If you can get it, get it. But just know now that what is more important is what is the meat, what is the cocoa, what is the theme, what is the subject, what are the questions, what are the problems that you are answering. Because those are the things that people will see and click with and run with. And then you can only have maybe 200 followers, but then people will share your things far and wide, and you get lots of people paying attention. I'm not speaking from theory. This has happened to me. So I tried deleting my TikTok handle. I'm not sure I've been able to do that. But if you don't believe me, go check. Look for my name, go check. You see that even though I don't have much of a following on TikTok because I haven't posted there in, I don't know, maybe the last 3 years, 4 years or something. You see that there's one post I did that got me about 10,000 views. Yeah, you guys heard me correctly. I don't have up to, I don't know, 10, 20 followers on TikTok, but I did a video that got me about 10,000 and something views. So please, it's no longer about the number of people who follow you. What it is, the content, the subject, the thing you're actually talking about is more important now. So in the good old days, yes, follow me, follow me, follow me. Let me get 1,000 followers, 2,000, 5,000, 10. Oh, speaking of followers, I'd like to say thank you to subscribers of the podcast because I woke up today, I was about to go about my business. I got a message from Spotify saying that I have 5,000 subscribers on Spotify alone. So for those of you who listen on Spotify, I would like to say thank you very much for working along with me on this journey. I'll do my best to keep dropping valuable content, and I'll be honored if you can allow me to continue to be a part of your information diet so that I keep dropping nuggets here almost every day that will help you grow your business and also to grow and develop personally. So, thanks to everyone that has made this possible for bringing me to 5,000 subscribers. Sorry, excuse me. But back to what I was saying. The number of followers you have is not really that important anymore, because it's not about the number of size of your following, but it's about the subject, the things that you're talking about. So stop being preoccupied about how many people are following you. Then, when it comes to social media, excuse me, one thing I want to point out is because a lot of us, when we're on social media, we lose the plot. We jump from trend to trend. We do things that get us likes and all whatnot. See, when you're on social media, the goal is not to be liked. The goal is not to get all these good feelings, and the goal is not for likes or okay, well, how will I put it? And let me just continue. The goal is not the visibility that you're getting. We are business owners. We are self-employed people. We are employees. We work on behalf of someone else. The goal is we are trying to sell something. It's not social media for social media's sake. So, if you're going to be using social media to try and improve your business, try and improve your consultancy practice, trying to improve your real estate practice, trying to improve your beauty lifestyle business, whatever it is, remember that the goal is not just to be socially up and down. The goal is to sell something. So, because of that, call to actions are very important. A call to action is just the next step that you want somebody to take. So, in creating this content, please remember to use call to actions. If you want to connect with me, do this. If you would like to buy now, do this. If you'd like to get access to this particular whatever, do this. If you'd like to we are trying to get people to do something so that ultimately they end up in situations where we are having conversations and we have a chance to sell something. So it's not social media for social media sake. And that's the reason why some of you are severely harassed and frustrated because you've been on social media. It's been 2 years, it's been 3 years, it's been 4, 5, 6 years. And some of you cannot trace a single deal, a single sale to your social media. That's the reason why you're frustrated. Because on the surface of it, it looks as if you're doing well. Followers you're getting, likes you're getting, shares you're getting. It looks as if, your profile they bloom, like you're blowing. It looks as if you're making progress. But over the last 3 years, no single customer, no single even one customer. It's because you've lost the plot. You're too busy trying to be popular. It's not about being popular, it's about selling something. So please start putting calls to action in there. Tell people to buy from me, click here. If you want to learn more, do this. If you want to order now, this is my phone number. Buy one, get one free. Do this before December 25th for 75% discount. Start putting calls to action in there. Another thing we need to pay attention to for those of us who are really keen and big on growing through social media, remember, please, entertainment versus education. Remember that, please. Entertaining content is all well and good. It gets you shared. People like you, they recognize your face. But entertaining content does not necessarily mean people will buy from you. If you are a comedian like Babyface, if you're a comedian like Basket Mouth, if you're a comedian like Trevor Noah, if you're a comedian like, name your favorite African comedian. If you are an entertainer like that, good. By all means, put entertaining content. Then once in a while, you now put call to action. Live in Johannesburg, Trevor Noah, blah, 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 blah. Then people will rush and pay. Last night on YouTube, I saw it. YouTube Live, something, 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 coming, blah, 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 Trevor Noah, something. You see as they do them. It's not just funny, 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 funny. Yes, funny content, funny content, funny content, funny content. Then one day, live in Abuja coming to you, Trevor Noah. That's how Abuja people will just rush, buy tickets. Then Trevor Noah will be happy. He will say, yes, my social media is working. Same thing with Basket Mouth. Funny content, funny content, funny content. When my wife and I were in Aberdeen, that's how we saw one day coming to Aberdeen live. Basket Mouth. That's all of us rush. We buy ticket. Basket Mouth will now be smiling. He will say, yes, social media is working. Social media is working. If you are not that kind of professional, why are you wasting your time doing entertaining content? What for? The kind of content that will get you noticed, the kind of content that will bring in inquiries, the kind of content that will make somebody pick up the phone and say, "Oh boy, how far? How much? Do you deliver here? Is this covered? Is that covered?" Educational content, please. So whatever it is you do, you're in the fashion space, you're in the beauty space. What are you going around doing all those trending dances for? In fact, those of you who listened for a long time will remember the time that I was having this conversation with Abuja businesswoman, and there's one of those fine babes. In fact, all of them were fine, too fine. As I was sitting down there, I was saying, "Chai, see my life. That had I known, you know, I for wait small. Let me sample the field before I get married. Fine, fine babes, all of them." And then one of them complained. She said she's getting a lot of traction from all the challenges and the videos and everything, but it's not the right kind of people. Looking at her, based on the skin, based on figure and everything, I didn't have to say, "Show me the video." I told her, "It's mostly men that are doing your videos, right?" She laughed. She said, "In fact, it's not even mostly men, it's mostly young boys." I said, "Uh-huh." Meanwhile, this particular lady, she's in the beauty and skincare space, but she sells beauty and skincare for mothers that have just given birth, pregnant and postpartum. That's postpartum means you don't deliver. So you're a woman, you're pregnant. You're a woman, you don't deliver. Then you have a brand new baby. Baby is having skin issues. That is our primary focus. You see what the problem is? You're a fine girl, granted. You get shape, granted. You want the social media to blow, granted. I don't blame you. You're now creating entertaining content. You're doing so and so challenge, so and so. What do you expect? Is it not small boys like me that will be on top of your social media? It's all of us now that will be on your social media. You think it's pregnant women that will be on your social media? Or woman that has given birth? Is she the one that will be on your social media? Of course, it's young boys now. We're the ones that will be on your social media. What do you expect? You're in that space. Educational content is what you need to do. Forget about all these viral trend, Beyonce challenge, this challenge. Like it doesn't matter. Okay, you only have 200 followers. It doesn't matter. The goal is to get business from the 200 followers that you have. It's not to get, 1 million followers. Meanwhile, you're selling something for women with unborn, and then pregnant women, and then women that have babies, and babies that have bad skin. But then 99% of your followers is young boys like me watching your video for nefarious purposes, if you understand what I'm saying. Educational content, please. I keep telling you people, it's the way forward, though. It's the way and it's the truth and it's the life. And then plus, educational content is easy to make. See me now, I'm on this podcast, I'm educating you guys. Do I need to look fine? No. If I'm ugly, you don't even care. Am I fine? Am I ugly? It's not even in the mix. Is my skin yellow or black? Like, you don't care. I'm just dropping knowledge for you guys. And if I had a camera now, yes, I'll bath and brush my hair, spray perfume, and then that's it. Go live, begin to drop value. Education. That's what will keep me in currency with you guys. It's the same thing that will help too. Those of you in the lifestyles. That's why the reason why whenever I'm at all these events and I meet somebody who is that lifestyle, that's the reason why I beg all of you, my sisters. It's not because I'm anti-feminism and I want to keep a woman down and it's not as if I don't believe you have a right to do whatever it is you want to do with your body and or whatnot. But look, it's a hard road and marketing and sales is hard. Make this journey easy, I beg. So yes, you've been blessed. Your skin is good. You get shape and everything, but forget this entertainment, whatever. Education. Get your microphone. Get your spotlight. Get your ring light. Get your every. And then start making comments. Pregnant women, what are the kind of questions that they have concerning their skin? The woman that has delivered, what are the kind of questions that she has concerning her skin? The woman that is taking care of a newborn baby, what are the kind of questions that she has concerning those things? And believe me, they have those questions because I remember when we were uh, um, when we had our firstborn. I remember all those things. Can we use Vaseline? Abi Vaseline is too harsh. Can we use pears? Abi pears is too mild. Can we use this? Abi this one is too this. Can we use that because that one is too that? The questions are plenty. Which kind of diaper should we use? The foreign one, will it trap in urine too much? The local one, will it not trap in enough? As in, when you're a first time parent, the questions are plenty. My mother-in-law said I should use groundnut oil and be rubbing on my baby skin. Is groundnut oil okay? My auntie said I should use shea butter. Those women have lots of questions. If you're in that space, forget, Beyonce challenge, this challenge, that challenge. Sit down and make educational content. Don't worry too much about how many people are following you. Then be putting calls to action there. You make the video. If you're a pregnant woman, you're suffering from dry skin, you have stretch marks on your belly, this, that. But to be on the safe side, consultation is required. If you want to learn some more, DM me on this phone number. That is how you make sales. Educational content, then call to action. DM me on this number. People now start sending you questions. I'm 9 months pregnant. I have stretch marks. Here's a video of my stretch marks. What do you think? That is how you start moving market. By the way, for those of you who are in that space, please make sure that, NAFDAC, you've spoken to medical doctors. Basically, you need to make sure that all those things that you're selling is 100% legit. You get me? Because it's a serious something. It's a very, very serious something. There's one of my relatives that she was born with funny teeth. It turned out that when her mom was pregnant, she was taking some medication that pregnant women are not supposed to take. So we bless God that she's fine. She's fine. Physically, nothing doing. Because there's some children that are born that if their mother took these drugs, they end up with deformities. So this is my relative. Physically, top down, she's fine. Correct babe. Black beauty. It's just that when she smiles, you see her teeth and like, like waiting apple. But apart from that, everything's set. So these things have serious repercussions. So for those of you who are on this social media thing, please, entertainment versus educational content. Do whatever it is you want, especially those of you who are still handsome and you're still sexy. I get it. Do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, especially from personal experience, educational content, a whole lot easier to do, a whole lot easier to execute on. And it's a whole lot easier to do over time. So whether I'm slim or whether I'm fat, I can keep making this podcast. If I had a video component to this podcast, it would still continue, regardless of whether I have six pack or whether I have one pack. It will still continue because the main thing is not how I look. It's about the value. It's about the nuggets that I'm dropping. So please, educational content. I am begging you. Excuse me. But remember, what I said is contextual. If you are like Teju Babyface, if you're like Trevor Noah, if you're like Basket Mouth, if you're like Clint the Drunk, if you're like who again, Nedu Wazobia, and all those other guys, oh, by all means, Mr. Macaroni, entertainment content, because that is what will keep you in the move. Now, email marketing. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Social media. Those of you who are thinking social media, please remember, social media is a long-term play. You can't start social media in January and be angry that you haven't gotten business in March. Social media is a long-term play. So expect to see results, 1 year and above. By the way, anything less than 1 year is considered short-term. So assuming you pop off quick, like you blow quickly, don't expect any progress in less than a year. Excuse me. So now, email marketing. Now, for email marketing, another thing I want to point out: time frames. Email marketing requires medium to long term. So same thing. Don't start sending emails in January and then by March you're angry that no business has come in. Please, it's a medium to a long term something. So a couple of months. If it's quick, give it a couple of months before you start seeing um, results. Then for email marketing, some of you say you're doing email marketing, but you don't have a plan for getting emails. You have to get emails because you need plenty of emails to do email marketing. So you should be putting out lead magnets. You put out things online that sound kind of interesting, and before you send it to the people, they give you their email address. But just know that some people put fake email addresses. I don't know how it works because I'm working with my client right now who had a campaign, and I told them phone numbers, phone numbers, phone numbers. But tech people now, you will tell them one thing, they want to do their own. So they seem to prioritize email addresses. Okay, No problem. We're trying to contact all these people now. Lo and behold, some of these email addresses are fake. I don't even know how they do that, but a lot of them are fake. So, voila. Anyway, even for the ones that are real, the problem is it's hard to start conversations over email because email is not a conversational medium. So, email marketing, you need a plan for getting those emails. Then you can also be doing targeted outbound. You're going to seminars, you're talking to people, you collect email addresses, or sometimes you attend an event and you notice that I have lots of emails there. It's okay. I've seen some people, what they do is they'll just bring out their phone quick, and then just snap it. Cham, 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 cham. Just snap the pages. Then they'll go back and then use the email addresses from there and start trying to hustle market. Uh, you know, it's not a very professional something to do. Let me just put it like that. But yes, there are people that do it. Sometimes if you ask, you'd be surprised. I've asked some people before, oh, can I have access to your email list? And people are like, oh yeah, cool, no Allah, no problem. And then let me have access to it. That is rare. But you never know. Just ask. Just ask. Because all those people, because I see them at events, you just open it, bring out your phone, just snap quick. Pia, 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 pia. Then you now start emailing them later on. So it's not a very professional thing to do. Then you can also do content marketing stuff that I'm doing, like this, putting out valuable content, podcasts, blog posts, what else? Anyway, and then through that, try and capture people's email addresses. But just know it's a medium to long term thing. Plenty of nurturing is involved. When we say nurturing in the context of email, what we mean is we're sending them lots of valuable emails that are teaching them things that they didn't know, giving them solutions to some of their problems. Then once in a while, you put a call to action, you try to sell something, but shy is plenty of work. So, email marketing. Okay. So don't say I'm an email marketing person only. I won't do social media. And don't say I'm a social media person only. I won't do email marketing. For best results, you combine them. Social media, then plus email marketing. You start like that. Over time, if you see that email marketing is working, the social media and know they work, you can start to pipe down on the social media part. Now, collaborations also very very important. Now, when we say collaborations, my assumption, because they didn't explain, is the kind of thing I like to do one on one. You go and meet some people, you say what's up, you sit down, you chat, you get to know each other, and you figure out how you can do business together. So collaborations very 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 important. But one thing to note, when you're doing collaborations, please, complementary skill set. Complementary means I have one skill set, you have another skill set. The skill set is different, but then when we blend it together, we help ourselves very well. That's what complementary means. I learned this one quite early because my first partner, starting off as an event photographer, my first partnership with someone also happened to be a photographer, but the guy was a brilliant graphic designer. And in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I come with the photography skills, you come with the graphic design skills, and then bam, we'll be legendary. But the guy also wanted to take pictures. One photographer partnering with another photographer, how are we helping ourselves? That was the problem. So, complementary skill set, complementary skill set. If people are doing business advisory, you're a lawyer, the other person is a lawyer, well, how are we helping ourselves? But if it's general business advisory, you're a lawyer, the other person is an accountant, okay, we see the synergy. Anybody that come, legal issue, one person is there. Money issue, another person is there. Okay. So, complementary skill set. Then, also, don't forget about call to actions. Call to actions are very, very important, no matter who it is that you're dealing with. You don't just tell somebody that, oh, we're collaborating, and you just leave it like that. You always have to be moving everything forward, small, small, small. So, oh, yeah, I'd like us to partner together, blah, 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 blah. Oh, let's have a meeting to discuss. See, that's call to action. That's next step. At the meeting to discuss, oh, that sounds very interesting. Let us put it down into writing and review. See, another advancement, another call to action. Let's put it down in writing. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, when are we going to start? When are we going to? That'll be pushing it forward, small, small, small. So don't say I'm going to be a collaboration person only. If you're going to be a collaboration person, but you're doing email marketing and you're also doing social media, is all well and good. Then, word of mouth or referrals. One thing that I need to point out, please. A lot of you say, I'm going to build my business using word of mouth, using referrals. But the thing is, you don't ask for it. Where are these referrals going to come from if you are not asking? So, get into the habit of asking for referrals. Chief, Madam MD, were you happy with the service that we provided? Oh, okay, we bless God. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're very happy. Please, Madam, do you know other people like you who are trying to XYZ that I might be able to help? You ask. Don't say you're going to be doing word of mouth and referrals, but you're not asking. Then, if you're somebody who wants to really, really push the boundaries of their business using referrals, using word of mouth, you need a CRM. It's not optional. CRM is customer relationship management tool. You need a tool. You need something that is going to remind you who are the people that I did work with last month. How many of them have I asked for referrals? The people that I asked for referrals, the people that promised to get back to me. When am I supposed to call them next to discuss this sort of thing? This CRM will keep you on track. You cannot be doing word of mouth anything. You can't be doing referral nothing if you are not keeping track. The only way you can keep track is with the CRM tool. Now, I've already done enough podcast episodes to show alternatives, things that you can use as alternatives to a CRM. So, how you can use your Google Calendar, blah, 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 stuff like that. And then with the new features that WhatsApp Business has rolled out, I'm even fooling around with WhatsApp Business to see how you can do that. But the thing is, you need something outside of yourself that you can refer to objectively that will help you keep conversations on track. So that's important if you're doing word of mouth. And then I'm sure you guys catch what I'm saying. Don't say I'm a word of mouth person only. I'm not going to do collabo. So word of mouth, good. Plus collabo, good. Plus email marketing, better. Plus social media is all good. Then as you're moving forward, the ones that are making more sense, you will increase. The ones that are making less sense, you will decrease. That's how it is. So it's everything together. Then we go to change the emphasis as we are moving, as we are moving. Then the same thing with friends and family. In fact, in my own opinion, friends and family should be everybody's starting point. Everybody. Because sales and marketing is hard. But if you're talking to dad about it and you say, hey, dad, I'm about to start this architecture business, blah, blah, blah. Can you introduce me to, like, how far? Like, do you think I can get Uncle Mark's number? Let me go and talk to Uncle Mark. Good. It'll be easy to have that conversation with Popsy. When Popsy says, sure, no problem, let me talk to Mark. Okay, go and see Uncle Mark on Thursday. That would be an easy conversation to have because Popsy loves you, Popsy supports you. Uncle Mark has seen you since you were running around in diapers. He'll be very happy that, oh, this my daughter is now becoming a big girl in the world. He'll open his office and say, oh, my dear, come inside. So daddy tells me you're opening your consulting practice, your architecture practice. Okay, good, 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 good. I just got 4 hectares in the village. So, like, what kind of ideas do you have in mind? It will be an easy conversation to have. Why? Because it's Uncle Mark. Then, when you have all these conversations, Momsy, Popsy, Uncle Mark, Auntie Yetunde, uh, Malam Alhari, and then on and on and on and on and on. By the time you're having conversations with all these people, the first 6, 8, 10 months in business, you will build confidence. Then by the time you reach like 1 year anniversary and you start going to Chamber of Commerce and talking to total strangers, you would have had confidence because you've had 1 whole year of talking to Uncle Mark, Auntie Patricia, Malam Sonusi, Deaconess Afugbedo, Pastor Ogedengbe, all these people, friends and family. You've had 1 year of talking with all these people, building confidence, figuring out your sales process, figuring out your framework, figuring out your cadence. How do I call people? How often do I call them? How do I start the conversation? What kind of text messages do I send? What kind of email messages do I send? How do I book appointments? How often do I book appointments? How often should I book follow up? You have used like 6 months, 1 year practicing on all these people who already love you, who already support you, who will even tolerate some of the mistakes you make. Because, in the beginning, when we all start out, we're rubbish. Like, I covered my brother's wedding. I used him to practice. Now, luckily, Momsy had already got somebody else to cover it for real. When I look back at that pictures, I want to die. I say, yeah. See, as I use my hand to destroy my brother's wedding. Now, for my brother and his wife, because they love me, and also, yeah, because I have some skills, they love some of the stuff that I did. But me, from a technical standpoint, when I look at it, I'm like, no, 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 no. I didn't do like it could have been better. Friends and family, they will tolerate us, they will support us, they will encourage us. So, in my own opinion, friends and family, whether you're a lifestyle person, you're a fashion person, you're a beauty person, you're a consulting person, you're a professional services person, website, whatever, real estate, whatever it is that you do, friends and family, start there. It's a good place to learn. They love us, they will support us. So, nobody should just say, me and friends and family only. Mm-mm. Friends and family, you start there. Then, word of mouth and referrals, you move. Then, you go to collaborate with one or two people. Then you now throw email marketing into the mix. Then you now add social media on top. You be pushing it, you be pushing it. After like 2 or 3 years, you now say, this social media no they make sense. You now beginning to pipe it low. Or this email marketing, the thing makes too much sense. You now start saying, okay, how will I blow it? How will I blow it? So please don't get involved with arguments with people online. It is not which one is the best, it is all of them together. In the beginning, as we grow, as we scale, as we evolve, as we rethink, we will change the emphasis of what we're doing. We will change the order of how we do them. Now, this is a big question for those of you listening, especially those of you listening for the first time. Are you, dear listener, are you relying on one method only? Of all these things I've said now, let's assume that your method is not even here. Are you relying on one method only? This is one thing you need to learn. Sales is multimodal. Multimodal just means different modes, different ways. There's nobody that does sales like it's only one style you do. No. Sales is like kung fu, different styles. Today you do snake in the monkey shadow, tomorrow you do praying mantis, next tomorrow you do drunken master, and then the day after that you do, tiger in the cage. That's how you do it now. Sales is like kung fu, different styles, depending on what it is that you need. Hmm? You can't say I only know flying crane technique. You can't use flying crane technique in every single scenario now. We watch all these movies now. Remember now, Jackie Chan and the rest of them. Use different styles for different scenarios. That's the way sales is. Multimodal. You can't grow your sales by doing only one thing. You blend, two or three things. That's how it is. Start figuring out what your mix is. Don't be one of these people that, I'm an email marketer. Oh, really? Email marketing. That's all you do. You won't be doing prospecting. You won't be making phone call. You won't be going to people's office. Okay, no problem. Be sitting down there and say, I'm an email marketer. It's only email marketing I will do. Then, feedback. Very important. While you are doing friends and family, feedback. Feedback. Be talking to people. What am I getting right? What am I getting wrong? What could I do better? What can I do to improve? Feedback. As people are giving you feedback, be humble. Take it. Optimize. Improve. The same thing. Email marketing. You should be thinking, what is working? What is not working? What could I be doing better? Once in a while, readership poll, things like that. But then pay attention. People give you feedback. Pay attention. Whatever channel it is that you pick, feedback. That's how we move in sales. Is something working? Let me continue doing it. Is something not working? Let me stop doing it. Or B, how can I do it better? Over time, the one that is least effective, delete, stop doing it. But one thing, or rather, I've been saying one thing. Let me just say the final thing now. Please. This time is not unique to me. I heard somebody else say it. I think the first person I heard say it was what's this guy? This bald guy that wears glasses. Seth Godin. Excuse me. Godin, yes, Godin. I said Golden. So Seth Godin. Yeah, so Seth Godin, and then what's his name now? The guy Vaynerchuk. And then this guy, what's this other guy? Something duct tape marketing. John Jantz. So those people, they talk about the trust economy. Bear in mind that we're in the trust economy now, especially for those who have high involvement purchases. High involvement purchases just means The money is big. They don't pay you 5,000, 10,000. They pay you 100K, 200K, 300, 600, 800, 1.5, 3.5, 7 million. High involvement purchase. Big money, not small money. When the level of the trust economy now, that's also one of the reasons why we need many modes. Because, excuse me, we're not going to be able to build trust using just the mode that we prefer. So I do content marketing. I have a podcast, but then I hop on the phone. I also like to talk to people. Once in a while, if money seems to make sense, I'll show up in the person's office. But I'm not going to say I'm going to build trust using the podcast alone. So podcasting plus phone call plus Zoom meeting plus office meeting. Is that how it works? We're in the trust economy. We need the different modes because that is the most efficient way that we're going to build trust. So if you're a social media person, but that is all, they can only see you on social media, that's all. You don't want to interact with anybody. You only want people to just enter DM and pay money without having a conversation. My brother, my sister, you are giving yourself unnecessarily hard work. We are in the trust economy. What you have is a high involvement purchase. Now, see, for the woman who sells cream for mothers who are postpartum or who are pregnant, yes, your cream is not expensive. It is only 2.5 per jar. But still, it is a high involvement purchase because yes, it's only 2.5. But if the woman take the 2.5 and buy your cream, she put it on her stretch mark, and instead of healing the stretch mark, the thing now causes a burn. Can you see? High involvement. The money is small, but the risk is big. So just take it that for lots of us listening to the podcast right now, most of us are in high involvement purchases, and we are in the trust economy. That is the reason why we're going to do multimodal, different modes, different means, different channels to improve our businesses. So please, if you love the podcast, you subscribed, you know, you say you like the way that we flow, don't let me catch you arguing with somebody that this is the best, that is the best. Leave all those people to be talking academics. We are practitioners here. We're trying to build a business here. We're not necessarily trying to be academically correct. We're going to keep on using different modes, different models, different channels. So that's it. That's all for today. If you'd love to connect with me, you can call me, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'll catch you all some other time.